Hello, my beautiful ladies. Welcome to our Tuesday morning Business Growth Insights training in Business Women Rising Above. It's great to have you joining us, whether you are joining us live this morning or whether you are joining us in the replay. Whoops, just bear with me as usual. Great to have. We got an echo. I'm just setting up just to make sure I can see your comments. So if you are watching live, say hi. If you are watching the replay, put hashtag replay so we can come back and say hi and check out your comments. It is, this is one of my favourite times of week, ladies, when I come and give you some free training on how you can grow in the areas of mindset, motivation, and marketing in your business. And today we have a topic which is in the area of mindset. And so what we're going to talk about is, are your words working for or against you? Right? There's going to be a lot of food for thought this morning because, as we are going to talk through this topic of whether our words are working for or against us, we're going to talk about which words you might be saying, either to yourself, either about yourself, or you might just be using them on a regular basis, right? And whether they're serving you in a positive manner or not. This is really, like I said, some food for thought. And even as I was preparing this session today, I was personally having a lot of food for thought myself. So, this area and the words we use for me, is something that I've had to work on extensively in my life personally. And as I've done this in all the different areas of my life, including business, it's really been like, a total revelation in how much our words do actually affect us, how they affect our mental status, how they, and then in turn affect our experiences, and even how we interpret the experiences that we have. And it all stems from using, the words we use and how they affect us. So to start with today, what we're going to do is look at some words to really be careful of. So some words that I want you to really start to think about and, get used to hearing yourself saying them, right? And I... You know me, ladies, I come on here and I speak from experience. I've used all of these and they're words that I've had to learn to be careful of. So they are, I want, I wish, I need, I can't, I'm trying, I hope, I should, I don't know. Right? So when you're saying these words, and I'm going to interpret these for you. Now, I'm pretty sure that most of us have said these words at one time or another, right? And we don't realize the effect that they're having. Sometimes you might even think that, the words I hope, you might not be seeing, or, we might feel that they're affecting us in a negative way. So I want to explain to you how, when we're saying these words or these phrases, what they are actually putting out there to the universe, how they are affecting our mindset or showing where our mindset is at, right? So first of all, I want says I don't have, right? It means, I want it because I don't have it. So it shows lack. It's saying to the universe that, I want this, but I lack it, and it almost says, I feel like I'll never get it, right? So that's what I want means. I wish says that, I wish I could change things. Now, this is a very disempowering statement because what it's saying is that you believe you're not in control. So you're wishing something could happen, but you're not believing that it can, if that makes sense, right? So this is we can say there's nothing wrong with having dreams. There's nothing wrong with having goals. There's nothing wrong with having things to work towards. But if you're just wishing for it, right, you are not taking the control. So this can be a very disempowering statement if you allow it to be. Hello, Reg. Hello, Parme. Gorgeous ladies. I need, right? This again brings lack, because you're saying, well, I need it because I haven't got it. The question is, okay, you need it, but are you going to do anything about getting it, right, or obtaining it? So I need, if you continue to say I need, it's telling the universe that you don't have it, that you lack it. So it's another form of expressing lack. I can't, right? I can't because because you believe you can't, right? Or you're telling yourself that you can't. Like, it's a phrase that you repeat to yourself. It's like, oh my God, I can't, you know? And this is the way we say these things. So you're almost convincing yourself that you can't do something. I'm trying. And this is an interesting one, because we can go two ways with this. Like, you can say, it can be, oh, I'm trying, right? But you're kind of not really committed to trying, or you're trying and you're feeling frustrated, right? So I'm trying can be interpreted to the fact that, well, I'm trying, but I'm not really committed, you know? Or then it can go to, I'm trying, but I can't, right? So I'm not really committed because I believe that I can't, where in actual fact you can, right? And I'm going to get, this is all negative, I'm going to get to the positives at the moment, so don't worry, okay? Another one is I hope. So hope isn't a bad thing to have, ladies, right? But hope, when you're always saying I hope, and that's all you're saying, is what you are essentially saying was, well, you know, it might happen, it might not. I hope it can happen, it might happen, it might not. And it's not showing that you have faith in yourself. It's not showing that you have faith in, and you know me, I say the universe, whatever you believe, the universe, God, I personally believe in both. But I hope says that, you know, that if you use it in this context, it shows that you don't have faith in either yourself or a higher being. I should. This is a big one. So this is when I know that I should be doing it. I know that I should. It's like, but I'm not going to, because maybe really deep down I don't want to. I know I should, but I don't want to. Right? This for me is where my Sagittarian stubbornness comes in. This happens to me all the time. So I know I should do it, right? But I don't want to do it. I know that I should do this to grow my business, but I don't want to do it. This is one that I need to watch all the time. Or even, you know, I should do it, but I won't do it. That's my Sagittarius stubbornness coming in. And I very much have to watch that, right? So when I hear myself say the word I should, I have to stop and go, oh, okay, am I doing that from, you know, am I shutting this thing down? Or is it something I don't want to do? Do I need to correct that thought? The last one, I don't know, is really interesting, right? Interesting in the fact that when these words I don't know are spoken as truth, it absolutely shuts the door on or stops us from wanting to and actually learning more, right? Or finding out more about a situation. So it's really, this can go kind of, you know, and I'm going to get to something else in a minute. This is all going to make sense in a minute. So when using the words I don't know, you have to be really careful. I mean, you might genuinely not know something, but the question you need to ask yourself is, if you don't know, do you want to know, right? Or, you know, are you just saying I don't know and just kind of shutting down altogether, right? This is something my partner Craig does all the time. You know, I call it his shutdown face. When I ask him something and he just says, I don't know, he just kind of looks at me, I don't know. and he goes into shutdown mode, and he has literally shut the door on finding out more about whatever that circumstance is. So this is what I mean. When we use it in a certain context, these are 3 words to be really careful of. And you know, most of the ladies, when they come to me, most of the ladies that I talk to, actually, when they come to me, they are using similar phrases to these, right? And they don't realize that they're using them or how much they're affecting them. And a lot of them, it takes us having a chat and having a discussion for me to kind of, help make them aware of what they're actually saying, what they're actually bringing into their lives. And of course, in the Heart and Soul Business Academy, I really teach my girls how to overcome thought patterns like this. If they're using words, and again, often when they come to me, they are using words like this. But I really teach them how to let go, how to trust in themselves, and how to trust in their amazing abilities, and to stop using phrases such as these, and stop believing these phrases about themselves. So those are the words to be careful of. Let's now have a look at some replacement phrases or words that you can use instead. So these words are, I have, I create. Sorry, my phone's doing something weird. Bear with me, ladies. There we go. I have, I create, I'm grateful, I enjoy, I can, I choose, and I love. So again, let me explain the difference between these replacement words, or these more, let's call them more positive words, right? Positivity phrases. So I have, even if you don't have something, celebrate what you do have, right? Show gratitude for what you do have available to you, right? So it's such a powerful thing to do. When we say, I don't have, again, that's lack. So this is almost like turning your, ladies, I call it the itty bitty shitty committee. It's turning your thought patterns and your inner critic around. So you are being grateful for what you do have rather than focusing on what you don't have. So you are showing gratitude. As you show gratitude for those things, maybe even if they're small things, right? It's going to lift your vibration. It's going to lift your mood. And so you are, having this sense of gratitude is just, oh my God, it just changes everything. And again, I say that from experience. I've been in the place of lack several times in my life. And when I hung on to this, what do I call it? This thought pattern, like this essence of gratitude, everything started to change. So I create, right? So be ready to create ways of finding new things, finding new ways to do things, making things happen for yourself. If you are a creator, whether you consider yourself a creative person, it doesn't matter or not. You can create. We have the option to create our thought patterns, right? To change our thought patterns. We have the option to create things in our own lives. So what are you creating? Are you ready to find ways to make things happen in your life? Are you creating ways to make those things happen in your life? Are you open to creating ways to make things happen in your life? I'm grateful. So again, this is gratitude again. It opens the door for more. The more you express gratitude, the more comes to you. And again, that kind of speaks to the first one. So I have and I'm grateful are such powerful words to use. I enjoy. This is a really interesting one. So even when you maybe don't enjoy doing something, tell yourself that you do enjoy it. Tell yourself that you're happy to do it. And it really does help change your thought pattern around. And I'll give you an example here. So, and I know that my assistant Parme is watching. She's probably going to get a giggle out of this. So something that I don't really like to do, right? Let's say it's not one of my favorite jobs, is setting up our weekly tasks in a program called Asana. And I'm still learning this particular platform. And because I'm learning it, I'm choosing my words carefully here. Because I'm learning it, I'm choosing to, it's not something that I naturally enjoy, but I'm choosing to enjoy it, right? When I turn my thought patterns around, and instead of going into the morning on a Monday morning, you are happy you're doing it. Exactly, Parmate. When I go into a Monday morning and I go to set up our weekly tasks in Asana, my brain wants to tell me that, oh my God, I don't like this. I hate this job, right? That's what it wants to say. But instead, because I know that this particular task that I need to do in my business, it's going to help organize us as a team, that I now go in and I tell myself that, not only, yes, it's a necessary job, but I enjoy doing it, right? So I'll go in and I'll say, okay, I enjoy doing this task. I'm happy to do it, right? And I can do it. Rather than telling myself I can't do it, I'm saying I can do it, because you can and you will. And so when I'm doing Asana, I'm telling myself I can do it. Rather than I'm struggling with learning this platform, I can't do it. I'm saying I can do this because I can do it. And I will do it. And I am doing it, right? So can you see the difference? I choose positivity, right? What are you choosing? So this is a really interesting one. We all have choices. What are you choosing? So when you use the words I choose, so I choose to enjoy creating Asana tasks on a Monday morning, right? This is something to go really deep in. So are you choosing to how do I put it? Are you choosing to grow in your mindset in business? Are you choosing to put yourself out in business? Are you choosing, are you choosing positivity, or are you choosing something else, right? So think about what your inner critic is saying. And when you use the words I choose positivity. So choose to believe that you can do it. I love. Appreciation and positivity again. I love. Who out there doesn't like the words I love? Especially when someone says to you, I love you. So again, this speaks to what you are, the choices that you are making. You're choosing to love, you're choosing to show appreciation, you're choosing to show positivity, right? So these are different phrases that you can use. When you hear yourself saying all the other phrases, you can actually, and you do get used to doing it. You get very used to, once you start to put this into practice, you start to hear yourself go, oh, I actually just told myself I don't know something, right? Where in actual fact, I'm going to choose to learn how to find out. Even if it's the truth, I don't know how to do it. Rather than just stopping there, I'm going to make the choice to learn more. I'm going to choose positivity. I'm going to choose to learn more. Now, there are two very sneaky words to look out for in your vocabulary. And they are the words I know, right? And it depends on how you say these words, right? There are two ways that you can say these words. And for me, this is very, very much been something, a lesson that I have learned over the last couple of weeks in particular. So if you allow them, they can be dismissive. So you will say it in the context of, yeah, I know, right? Like that. And what that means is, yeah, I know, next topic. That's where my Craig kind of comes in with that shutdown mode, yeah, I know, next topic, don't talk to me about it anymore. The words I know have the potential to, again, shut that door on any further learning or any further action. What you are saying is, I know, but I don't want to learn more. Or I already know enough, I don't need to learn more. Or even it might not be that you don't think, it might be you're scared to learn more, right? There's most likely a deeper meaning behind saying it in that context. So you want to dig into that meaning of why you are saying it like that. Yeah, I know. And this is interesting. This is the lesson that I have learned about myself over the last couple of weeks. We think that it's impressive because we know things, right? And it is impressive. It's great to learn things. It's great to learn new things. But, we get to a point where in reality, we think with that we know so much that we become unwilling to learn more, right? Or unwilling to learn new things. So we're not open to growth. And when I say this happened to me in the last couple of weeks, it was huge, right? I have started with a new coach. I'm doing a new course, and part of this course, like it's basically learning what I already know from a different perspective, as well as adding on some extra growth strategies. So at the start of this course, it's kind of going right back to basics. So it's stuff that I have already learned, but I'm learning it in a new way, right? So when I went into the first training of this particular course, I went in with the attitude of, yeah, I know. That's how I went in. And I didn't realize that. I didn't even realize that I had that attitude until we actually, in the course, we got split up into breakout rooms on Zoom. And a beautiful lady who I was talking to gave me some advice. And this is how I responded was, yeah, I know. And it was dismissive, right? So, and as soon as I heard those words in that tone come out of my mouth, I was like, oh, wow, that was the wrong way, right? That was for myself, I was like, well, that was the wrong attitude to have, Ali. You've basically just shut that lady down. And what you have done is shut yourself down to being open to learn more. So it was later on in that session, I went back and it was the same lady and she gave me some more advice. And this time I listened and I said to her, oh, okay, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's good. This time I listened to the advice. And because it was a very quick change for me, I was more open to the growth. And so last week we had our second training session and I went into the training session and I went in with a completely different attitude. And so we went into our breakout rooms, it was a different lady, gave me some advice. I was really open to her advice and I took it on board. And then I had the experience of when we were in the main room, the coach himself actually gave me some advice. And in that moment, it happened again. I had the choice whether I went, whether I went into shutdown mode. Yeah, I know, next topic. But I didn't, I almost went to, but then I stopped myself and it was like, no, actually what he said was really good advice. I've paid him to get this advice. So I'm open to learning from him. I'm open to growth. So this is why we really need to learn to use these words to our advantage, right? The reality is, ladies, that it doesn't matter how much we know, we can always use more. We can always learn more. Our brains have such a capacity, almost like an infinite capacity to learn stuff. So let's use them, allow them to be used and go for it, right? Tell yourself that even though you know a lot, you want to learn more and you can do it. So use these words to your advantage instead, like I did, like I tried to and like I'm learning to in this course. I've got week 3. Tomorrow night, right? So use them to your advantage and say, I know, but I want to learn more. I'm open to receiving information. I'm open to receiving advice, right? So be happy to expand your awareness and open to learning new things. Like I said, I'm now, because gradually, and I'm not saying this is an overnight thing for me, I'm in this course, we're still learning back to basics type of things. but I'm learning a new way of doing it. So I'm open to learning new things, or I'm willing to learn to be open, and it's becoming a process for me. So I'm constantly recognizing my words and my thoughts. And stay curious. Always stay curious. Like, you know, okay, so you know one way to do things, but is there a way to do them better? So change your tone, change your tone. If you're using these words, think about how you're using the words I know. And if you need to, if you feel that it's necessary, change the way you're saying them, either to yourself or to other people. And again, this is a process for me. I'm on this process with you, ladies. So what I'd love you to do now is have a little bit of self-reflection. So what words are you using? Are you using the words like I can't or I don't? Or are you using like I know, or, you know, I know? How are you, in what context are you using them? Go back and rewatch this. Have a look at the both lists and think about what words you're using in your vocabulary and how are they affecting your life. Also, are they affecting your business? Because they can. I've been on both sides of it, you know. You ladies know I don't hide the fact that my business has been through struggles. And it's taken me to learn to change the words that I use to be able to help change the way those words are affecting my life and my business, right? So I've gone through this process and I continue to go through it. And so the words that you use will probably also reflect where your self-confidence might be at the moment. And you ladies know that I have a heart for helping people to start, build and grow their businesses. But before they do that, to be able to have a level of confidence in themselves that's going to allow them to grow. It's going to allow them to be aware of the words that they're using and want to know more. So if that's you, if you're looking at this and you're thinking, okay, wow, all right, I think I get it. I can hear what I'm doing. And you want to learn more about building your confidence and how to grow your business with confidence, I am having a beautiful masterclass tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m, same time. So as this starts, 9:30 a.m. Adelaide time. And I would love to offer you ladies a free ticket. If you would like to come to this event, it's called Breakthrough from Fear to Fierce, and I teach you how to accelerate your confidence in this masterclass. So I go deeper into the areas of mindset, motivation, and marketing, and really teach you how to master your your thought patterns and how you can actually grow and build your business right from the start, whether you have a business or whether you don't. So pop the word event in the chat and my assistant Parme will send you a private message and we will make sure that we get the link to you. So pop the word event in the chat if you would like to come to this wonderful masterclass. I love holding these masterclasses. And if you, I know this is late notice, so if you can't come to the masterclass tomorrow morning, feel free to book in a call with me and let's have a chat about where you are at, right? Let's talk about where you're at with your confidence, where you might be at with your business, and just pop the word chat in the comments. And again, Parme will be in contact with you. We'll make sure that we get a link for you to book a time to have a chat with me. I had a chat with an incredible lady yesterday. And, she's now a part of the academy, which I'm really, really excited. And, in this chat, I kind of got to know a little bit about, she's got a beautiful business idea. And, we're going to help her grow in her confidence first, and then we're going to help her set up her business. So there's a process to it, and then she's going to get really into the deeper learning. So if that is you, and you want to grow your confidence, you want to grow where you're at in business right now, even if you want to start a business, either come to the event tomorrow, pop event in the chat, or book in for a call with me. Just pop chat in the comments. All right, my beautiful ladies, thank you for coming today. and I will see you. I look forward to seeing you at the event or having a chat with you. All right, beautiful ladies. See you next Tuesday for another Business Growth Insights training. Mwah. Bye.